You're checking your investment account for the 100th time this month. 5 years in, 5 years of skipping vacations while your friends posted beach photos, 5 years of brown bagging lunch while coworkers grabbed takeout, 5 years of saying not right now to almost everything. Your reward? $4,500 in gains. You sit back and think, I could have made that working some overtime or selling stuff I don't use anymore. So maybe this whole investing thing is a scam. Maybe those finance gurus are full of it. Maybe you should just live your life and stop torturing yourself. And if that thought has crossed your mind even once, you need to hear this. You're standing about 3 years away from watching your money multiply faster than you ever thought possible. But most people quit right where you are now, right before everything changes. Here's what we're unpacking today. Why your first $100,000 invested is hands down the most brutal financial milestone you'll ever face. Why the math literally transforms after you cross that line. And most importantly, the exact strategies you need to get there faster so you can stop grinding and start coasting. We're diving into the cold, hard mathematics that separate people who build wealth from people who just talk about it. Now, before we go any further, let me ask you something. How many years do you think it takes to go from zero to your first $100,000 if you're investing $10,000 annually with a 7% return? Keep that number in your head. Now, how long do you think it takes to go from $100,000 to $200,000 with the same contributions and returns? If you guessed twice as long or even the same amount of time, you're in for a surprise. And understanding why you're wrong is about to change how you think about money forever. The brutal truth about starting from zero, the manual labor phase. Let's talk about why those early years feel like financial torture. When Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's right-hand man, and a guy worth billions said, the first $100,000 is a bitch, but you gotta do it, he wasn't being dramatic. He was stating mathematical fact. Here's the reality nobody wants to hear. When your portfolio is small, the market returns are basically useless. You're not investing, you're just saving with extra steps. Think about it. Let's say you've scraped together $5,000 and invested it. The market has an absolutely stellar year and returns 10%. Congratulations, you just made $500. That's amazing, right? Except you could make $500 working a couple of extra shifts over the next month. You could make that selling old electronics or furniture you're not using anymore. That return, the one you waited a whole year for, barely covers your grocery bill for a month. This is why so many people quit. They look at their account after years of sacrifice and think, I've been eating rice and beans for this? But here's what they don't understand. They're judging a rocket by watching it sit on the launch pad. The real power hasn't even kicked in yet. Data from 2025 shows that the median retirement account balance in America is $87,000. That means half of all Americans haven't even reached this critical threshold yet. They've been investing for decades and still haven't experienced what happens when compound interest actually becomes powerful. Where your money actually comes from in the beginning. Let me show you something that'll blow your mind. If you invest $6,000 a year at 7% returns, after 5 years, you'll have about $34,500 in your account. Sounds decent, right? But here's the thing. $30,000 of that is your money, your savings, your paycheck, your discipline. Only $4,500 is from compound interest. That's 13% from the market, 87% from your own pocket. After 5 years of sacrifice, the market has basically bought you a used car. Meanwhile, you've been living like you're broke, watching your friends take vacations and drive nice cars, all for returns that are laughably small. This is the danger zone. This is where most people tap out, and it's the biggest mistake they'll ever make, because the game is about to flip. The explosion point. What actually happens at $100,000? Okay, here's where things get wild. That same 7% return on $100,000, that's $7,000 in a single year. Pause for a second and let that sink in. $7 grand. While you sleep, while you're at work, while you're watching Netflix. For many people, $7,000 is more than they can physically save in a year after taxes and expenses. Your portfolio is now contributing as much to your net worth as you are. You've essentially cloned yourself. You now have a second income stream that never calls in sick, never complains, never asks for a raise, and works 24/7. The snowball math that changes everything. Let me show you why people call this the snowball effect. If you invest $10,000 annually at 7% returns, here's the timeline. $0 to $100,000, 7.84 years. $100,000 to $200,000, only 5.1 years. $200,000 to $300,000, just 3.78 years. $300,000 to $400,000, 3 years. $400,000 to $500,000, 2.5 years. Notice something? Each $100,000 chunk arrives faster than the last, even though you're not increasing your monthly contributions by a single penny. That first $100,000 takes up 25.5% of the total time it takes to become a millionaire. The remaining $900,000, that's 74.5% of the time. And here's the kicker. Once you hit $1 million, the next $100,000 takes only 15 months. That's just 15% of the time your first $100,000 took. The math doesn't just improve, it transforms completely. Why $100,000 is the critical mass? Think of compound interest like a snowball rolling down a mountain. At the top, you're pushing that thing with everything you've got. It's small, it's slow, and you're doing all the work. But once it gains mass, gravity takes over. You're not pushing anymore, you're just steering. $100,000 is that magical mass where gravity kicks in, where your money starts working harder than you do, where compound interest stops being theoretical and becomes tangible. And the S&P 500 has been delivering solid returns recently. The index returned 25% in 2024 and 26.3% in 2023. Even with a more conservative 7 to 8% average over the long term, the power of that base of $100,000 is undeniable. The psychological warfare nobody talks about. But here's what makes this journey even harder than the math suggests. The social pressure will try to break you. Your friends will think you're insane. They'll watch you skip the expensive dinners, drive your paid-off car, and choose quiet weekends over Vegas trips. And they'll say things like, "You can't take it with you. You're missing out on life. Money isn't everything." And you know what? They're right about one thing. Money isn't everything. But here's what those people don't understand. Lack of money affects everything. It affects where you live, what you eat, how much stress is in your relationship, and what opportunities are available to your kids. The current U.S. personal savings rate is sitting at 3.5% as of November 2025. That's less than half the historical average of 8.4%. People aren't saving. They're spending everything and hoping it'll work out somehow. You're not being extreme by saving aggressively. You're being rational in an irrational world. Here's the beautiful part. By the time you hit $100,000, you'll have become someone different. You'll have developed what investors call risk tolerance. Your account might drop $5,000 in a week and you won't panic. You'll understand it's just noise. Meanwhile, someone with $5,000 total will watch their account drop $250 and completely freak out, selling at the worst possible time and missing the recovery. How to actually get there without losing your mind. All right, enough theory. Let's talk strategy. Strategy number 1. Accept that this phase is savings-driven, not returns-driven. Stop obsessing over finding the perfect stock or the next crypto moonshot. In the beginning, whether you get 5% or 10% returns barely matters. The only variable that significantly impacts your timeline to $100,000 is how much cash you can shovel into your investments. This means boring basics, high savings rate, no stupid consumer debt, maximizing your income. Strategy number 2, offense and defense. Play good offense by increasing your income. That could mean side hustles, freelancing, job hopping for raises, or developing high-income skills. But also play strong defense. That means knowing every dollar where it goes. You don't need to love budgeting, but you need to do it. Most people spend $300 monthly on things they don't even remember buying. That's $3,600 a year that could be building your foundation. Strategy number 3, maximize efficiency. Use tax-advantaged accounts like Roth IRAs, traditional IRAs, and 401ks. Why give the government 30 to 37% of your gains when you don't have to? And get your emergency fund into a high-yield savings account earning 4 to 5% instead of letting it rot in a checking account earning 0.01%. Strategy number 4, deploy windfalls strategically. Tax refunds, bonuses, birthday money, selling old stuff, every single windfall goes straight into investments, not into fun money, into your fortress. These aren't deprivations. These are bricks building the life where money stops being a constant source of stress. The 3 phases of wealth. Here's a simple framework to carry with you. Phase 1, the muscle phase, $0 to $100,000. Returns barely matter. You're building discipline, learning to say no, and increasing income. This feels unfairly hard because it is. Phase 2, the snowball phase, $500,000 and beyond. Your portfolio moves by tens of thousands on random Tuesdays. You've earned the right to rebalance life and money. If you're in phase 1 right now, grinding away with what feels like nothing to show for it, I need you to hear this. You're not failing. You're in the hardest part. You're building the foundation of a skyscraper. Of course, you can't see it above ground yet. Every dollar you invest before $100,000 is worth more than every dollar after, because each one is getting maximum time in the market. Each one is laying groundwork for the explosion that's coming. Charlie Munger was right. That first $100,000 is brutal, but it's also the most important financial milestone you'll ever conquer. Get there by any legal means necessary, because everything, and I mean everything, changes after you cross that line. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment and tell me where you are on this journey. Are you in the muscle phase, grinding away, the snowball phase, watching it build, or have you hit acceleration? And if you've already passed $100,000, tell people in the comments how it felt when the math finally started helping you instead of fighting you. Let's build some proof that this is real. If this video helped you see the light at the end of the tunnel, smash that like button so more people can discover the math that actually matters. And hey, if you want more no BS financial truth delivered straight to your feed, hit that subscribe button, because understanding how money actually works is the best investment you'll make today. I'll see you in the next one.